pursuit of more bourbons we've never tried before. After 6 years. It's not as easy as you think. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That right there is Fingers Malloy. Find everything we do at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. We try bourbons that you've heard of. We've tried bourbons that cost a crap ton of money. We try things that don't cost much money at all. And then, of course, we try things that aren't even bourbon. It's about letting you know, hey, this is interesting, and here's why. Never once are we about expertise. We're about what we like, what we don't, and at a price point, is it in our humidor? This
liquor cabinet.
Liquor cabinet? Oh, cigars go in the humidor.
Yes.
My first day on the show. This is Hirsch. Hirsch, the Horizon Straight Bourbon Whiskey, coming in at 92 proof. No applause, Fingers Malloy. No applause. He only applauds for things that are 100 proof or more. Very interesting little bit of bourbon here because this comes from two different mash bills. 94% of this bourbon is 4-year, 11-month bourbon. 6% of this bourbon is 6-year, 8-month bourbon. Both of them with a pretty good amount of corn, 75% or 60% corn, and also with a bit of rye, 21% or 36%. So you would expect a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of spice, a good mix in this bourbon. Why they do it 94%, 6%, I have no idea.
Did you say just 11 month? Because that doesn't jive.
4 years.
I was just saying that doesn't jive at all.
4 years, 11 months. First, before anything, I don't know why I dig this bottle. It's a squared off bottle, but it's got this kind of groove on the side. I dig it. And I love the colors of this, that kind of deep teal with the gold. And then it's like a sextant. A look here at the bottom where it says Hirsch. Hirsch, it turns out, Hirsch, is an older name in bourbon that the Hoteling Group or Hoteling and Company, Hotaling, I think they took that name and then brought it back to something. They get the bourbon itself from MGP, Lawrenceburg, Indiana. They make an incredible amount of bourbon. And some people will look at MGP and say, oh, it's MGP. Oh, yeah, I've had that. Not true. They've been able to create tremendous bourbons in very, very different styles, very different gradations. And so even though it may come from MGP, those products are often very, very different. This right here is very orange, Fingers Malloy.
Yeah.
Not amber, not dark, right? Not light, but not that richness, but it's really, really orange is what this looks like.
I would agree with you on that. I'm going to go in for the nose. I'm assuming this is going to be the Hirsch, the Horizon is going to be a lot better smelling than Hirsch, the Taxi.
Oh, that's right. Judd Hirsch, gone too soon. But he's dead, right?
I don't think. Oh, boy.
We're going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
We may owe the Hirsch family an apology.
Yes.
All right.
A slight bit of oak. Did you get a little bit of...
That's beautiful.
Did you get a little bit of apple right on the nose? And then it goes to like a...
No, I have vanilla.
Vanilla? Yeah.
I have vanilla, but all right, maybe like a Fruit Loop back.
Okay.
Right? Oh no, not Fruit Loop. Fruit Punch, Minute Maid Fruit Punch, which I don't know if they have that as a frozen concentrate anymore either.
Don't keep ruining my childhood.
Vanilla and a little bit of Minute Maid Fruit Punch.
I'll buy that.
That's very nice.
But what's interesting?
Not overly sweet.
At least on the nose, you mentioned the amount of rye in the mash bill. I'm not getting any kind of rye spice on the nose.
No, 94 proof and hitting very, very simple.
No ethanol?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. But we're not here to sniff, Fingers Malloy. We are here to drink the Hirsch, which this is the Hirsch Horizon Bourbon. Fingers Malloy, you ready for this?
Tony, I've been ready for this all day.
Fingers Malloy is doing what is known as the Kentucky Chew, taking a sip, moving the juice around the palate, really getting a feel for the flavors. I'm a believer in the 2 sips methodology. The first sip to set the taste buds, the second sip to really get an idea of where those flavors are. What say you, Fingers Horatio Ignatius Malloy?
Okay, that vanilla's there. There's smoke. It feels very traditional bourbon, except there is a little bit more of that rye spice than you would expect from a traditional bourbon because it's got that rye spice in it. It's very nice. Very little sting on the tongue. Okay, this just must be me. In the last couple of weeks, I've been noticing bourbon has given me a little bit more of a fire in the belly. There is,
That's you.
Yeah, there's warmth in the diaphragm that in the torso that wasn't there before because you've said on several occasions I'm dead inside. It's very nice, very pleasant. I'll be interested to see what it's like with a little bit of water in it because right now I don't want to monkey with it.
By the way, it is a sextant as the logo, and it reads the spirit of the journey. Get it? Journey, sextant. It will chart your course.
It's my motto in life, the spirit of the journey.
That's that and live, laugh, love.
That's true.
The Hirsch, Hirsch, the Horizon, straight bourbon whiskey. Again, sextant, the Horizon, setting your course. They got it all coming together. Here I go.
It's all coming together right now for Tony as he's going in and he's doing what we like to call the Saginaw Swish, the Memphis Munch, Chattanooga Chomp. Oh, he's going in for seconds, ladies and gentlemen. He's doing the two-sip method, as he liked to say earlier. And, Tony, your thoughts? Yeah? I got to believe you like that extra little rye kick. It's not overwhelming, but it just lets you know it's there.
Oh, that's tremendously good. See, I would love... Is that oak? Is that oak on the palate moving into the finish? Because there's definite cinnamon. Definite cinnamon. There is that little bit of almost like a vanilla cream sweetness that is there. And I think that what's cutting it is a little bit of oak that is staying with you through the finish. I wonder if a purist would say there's not enough kick. There's not enough punch to that.
Not enough oak, not enough vanilla.
Right? I think that's going to annoy some people. Holy cow, could this work for the room? That is a nice, easy piece. And I'm going to say for the record that they may call this, the people at Hirsch would refer to this as a high-rise straight bourbon. No, not at all.
But you're a rye guy.
I am. And not at all. But I think that it's limiting the sweet. And I think that's what's doing this so good.
Do you feel like this could be a good base for several cocktails?
Oh, you can make old fashions with this like it's your job.
Yeah.
You really can. I'm curious how that cinnamon would play in it. But maybe this is your hot toddy bourbon. Maybe this as some other kind of, I'm trying to think, what mixed drink do I make with it? We gotta find out.
Would you make a Manhattan with it?
I don't see. The cinnamon throws me off. So I don't know.
See, that cinnamon to me, I see what you're saying. It's subtle.
This is milkshake bourbon.
Okay, I'll buy that.
10,000%. This is milk, and which I love. This is eggnog bourbon.
Okay.
If you want to do it that way. Oh yeah, like it's
versatile.
This is working for me. I wish it had some more oak. Hirsch, Hirsch, the Horizon straight bourbon whiskey. Is it in our liquor cabinet? Is the cigar in our humidor? We will get to the answers of both of those coming up. Find everything at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. This is Eat, Drink, Smoke. According to sources, Fingers Malloy, you can't go home again.
That's not true.
They say that once you have grown up, you become an adult, all those things that you love as a kid, well, they're never coming back. You can't relive your youth. You can't go home again.
Well, that's true.
Oh, so you agree?
Yes.
It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. And over there at eatthisnotthat.com, which is a website I think we are single-handedly keeping in business by using their information on our show here. 5 popular breakfast cereals that shoppers say don't taste the same anymore. Now, couldn't we say that over time, things that we grew up with, they do change because, after all, tastes change and ingredients change and companies change. And, I mean, does a Dunkin' Donuts donut taste the same now as it did when you were a kid?
I never got Dunkin'
Well,
Donuts.
allow me to answer the question. No.
I feel like, would you say maybe it's a situation where it's not so much that the ingredients have changed, but maybe your palate becomes tired and not
Tired.
That's fatigued, and
I don't know,
these,
old man.
These flavor profiles that once gave you some zazz, some zing. All of a sudden, you're like, I've had this a million times. It doesn't taste the same. It doesn't give me that. So much of what food is an emotional connection, and been there, done that. It doesn't taste as good to me as it used to.
All I know is there are people out there who we shared the video of my explaining to America that Sunny D is terrible, and you're like, Sunny D is great. And there are people out there who actually agree with you, and I'm not going to lie, I weep for the future.
Oh, boy.
Sunny D, I mean, they're more than welcome to be in business, but that stuff is not good.
I weep for your past.
You don't,
I weep for your past.
I'm just fine.
You didn't enjoy that in your childhood.
Minute Maid Fruit Punch. That was the treat of treats. That you got when you were sick. Oh, the Minute Maid Fruit Punch.
You didn't have Five Alive?
No. Five Alive and Sunny D? What did they do to you in the Midwest?
Five Alive, when I drank it, I said, it's Six Alive, because I've never felt so alive.
Is that what you said?
Yes. And then
when you were 7?
Yes. And then the jug said, serves 12. And I said, serves 12, serves 1. That's what I said.
Oh, God.
At 7, playing my Merlin.
Good. What is happening? So there's this list. 5 popular breakfast cereals that shoppers say don't taste the same anymore. I'm going to start at number 5. I'm going to start at the bottom, work my way up.
Okay.
Now, there are some cereals here that I have never, ever had. And I want to say for the record, I believe that I've only had 2 of the 5 in my whole life. Maybe I had one once, but I didn't have it certainly as a regular thing. Number 5 is Cocoa Puffs.
I had all 5.
Of course you had all 5.
Today. All 5 today.
People saying that the Cocoa Puffs don't taste like cocoa anymore. They don't taste like anything.
I wouldn't go that far. It has been a tick since I've had Cocoa Puffs. But one thing I remember as a kid, when you'd have Cocoa Puffs, you would consume the Cocoa Puffs, and then there was so much chocolate flavor that it would bleed into the milk, and then it tastes like when you finished up and you drank the milk that you were drinking chocolate milk.
Which, by the way, the flavor in the milk afterwards of your cereal was once was explained to me, that is actually cereal wine.
That's brilliant.
It's brilliant. If I could just go to a store and get the milk flavored as cereal, which I'm sure people have tried before, unsuccessfully.
I want to say, wasn't there a time where they actually marketed a product that was Fruit Loops milk and Cocoa Puffs milk, and it came in a little tiny bottle?
I don't recall. I never saw it.
I'm going to have to ask Jeeves.
Now, number 4 on the list is Corn Pops. I've had Corn Pops before. Not the same since they got rid of the foil bag, because now they go stale and they lose their crunchiness.
I forgot about the foil bag.
I don't recall it.
Oh. Corn Pops to me.
It locked in the freshness?
Yes, because foil locks in freshness.
That's what it does.
How many times have I had this conversation with you?
All the time. I read your thesis.
Corn Pops to me, I would never gravitate to that as a kid in the cereal aisle because there just wasn't enough sugar. Corn Pops was sugar curious to me. It was, there's a little bit of sweetness there, but it didn't pack the sugar punch that I expected in my breakfast cereal.
Number 3, like number 5, Count Chocula. I never had Count Chocula a day in my life. I never had that.
Wow. To me, that's another cereal back in the day where when you were done, you got to consume, what was it, cereal wine?
Cereal wine.
Cereal wine. It was another one. When you were done, you had chocolate milk. It was a twofer for a kid. I have had Count Chocula in the last 5 years or so, and it didn't taste as chocolatey as I remember it as a youth.
Number 2 is Kix. Kid tested, parent approved.
Kix to me is the kids' version of grape nuts.
Yeah. Now maybe my mother did once or twice buy Kix. I just don't remember it as a staple in the house. And it wasn't, this is the berry flavor of Kix. I didn't even know they still make this.
Well, I remember my mom saying to me when she bought it for me once, Kix like Kix for what Kix has got, but Mom's like Kix for what Kix is not.
Was that their thing?
Yeah. Kid tested, mother approved.
Now it says kid tested, parent approved.
See,
It was kid tested, mother approved. You bastards! Did you PC Kix?
General Mills, we have demoted you to Colonel Mills for that right there.
Second Louis. Wow.
That's where we are.
Kid tested, mother approved.
Yes.
They changed. You know what? This is a non-political show, and I'm going to keep it that way.
Good for you.
I want to riot.
This is it.
I just want to break things, but this is my studio and all of our stuff, and I can't. I'm outraged. Oh my God, that's horrifying.
In this situation, your outrage would be mother approved.
Number one on the list now, admittedly, I haven't had them in a while, but this is the cereal of cereals. This is the top line cereal, ladies and gentlemen. This is the benchmark from which one measures all other cereals. And you're going to say to me, Tony, you're talking about Frosted Flakes? I'm not talking about Frosted Flakes. Tony, you're talking about Fruit Loops? I'm not even talking about Fruit Loops, but that would be closer. This is Honey Nut Cheerios.
You haven't had it in a while.
I haven't had Honey Nut Cheerios.
We've talked about Honey Nut Cheerios to the point where I thought the Eat, Drink, Smoke Studios should have been sponsored by Honey Nut Cheerios. Coming from the Honey Nut Cheerios studios in central Indiana.
I love Honey Nut Cheerios. Are you telling me they don't taste the same anymore?
To me, Honey Nut Cheerios should be named Box of Disappointment.
What's wrong with you?
Not enough honey. There's no nuts. Is there? Honey nut.
It's the right amount of sweet. You're ridiculous. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. Eat, Drink, Smoke. It is your cigar, bourbon, foodie extravaganza. I'm Tony Katz. That's Fingers Malloy. You find everything we do at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. Smoking the Crux Marblehead, this 6x50 with the Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. Ecuadorian Habano, yeah, I've got that right. It was Indonesian in the binder, Nicaraguan in the filler. It's been a very nice presentation. Very, very nice. Now, you're not having any problems. I've had a couple of light problems. It could be for a whole bunch of reasons. I'm going to go with the tail end of this cold and a little bit about how I'm engaging with the cigar, but I am able to pick up plenty of the notes, and I don't think that spice has picked up. I think that spice is certainly present with that kind of saddle leather that I've been getting from the cigar. I'm serious when I say this plays in the medium full, but for $8 a stick, as I'm in now the second third of the cigar, you're in the final third of the cigar.
Yeah. I'm experiencing just a little bit of canoeing, but not all that bad.
This is a nice cigar at the price point. There's a lot of movement in the flavor. I could see people enjoying this. And listen, it's a very attractive wrapper, not necessarily an oily wrapper by any stretch, but a nice bit of a standard kind of brown in there. Nice piece, well done, well played.
Yeah, that spice hasn't really picked up for me. The wood is there, and there's almost like a little bit of earthiness as I'm getting into the final third of this cigar. No complaints other than, like I said, a little bit of canoeing, and that could be my fault.
I'll blame you.
So all in all, my goodness, again, when we talk about lists for the end of the year, a combination of the flavor profile that's been nice, the thought that this could be an everyday smoke, and $8 a stick.
$8.
Yeah, this is in my humidor.
Yeah, the Crux, C-R-U-X, the Crux Marblehead. And we are drinking Hirsch, H-I-R-S-C-H. This is the Horizon Straight Bourbon Whiskey coming in at 92 proof. My cube's melting a little bit.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Got rid of that extra water. I'm just going to dump it in there.
There we go.
That's the sign that it's fresh. You know, when we add things to a cube, Fingers Malloy adds a little water to his. Water brings down proof. That's what it does, but also changes the feel of the bourbon. Some flavors more pronounced, some more muted. And so we try it in all the ways. We start with it neat. We then move it to the cube or a little bit of water to see how it goes. Hirsch, Hirsch. We're going to figure out if this is in the liquor cabinet.
He's going in, ladies and gentlemen, and wow, not the biggest sip I've ever seen. And there he goes. He's going in for seconds. And boy, how did that cube change things for you?
That's really nice. That's really nice. I think it took out a little bit of the cinnamon that's present in the palate. This nose was vanilla. This nose was oak. A little bit of I like a fruit punch back, but not overly sweet. There's still a little bit of that fruit that happens on the palate. There's definitely a vanilla there. The oak, it does exist. It's got a little bit of creaminess going on. This is really pleasant, like super pleasant. This would be, as I said, milkshake bourbon, 10,000%. We were trying to think of mixed drink bourbon. No, we always start with the old fashioned. I don't know how that cinnamon would play in an old fashioned, but there's a lot here to enjoy. Now, you added a little bit of water to yours.
Now, of course, in old fashioned, if they're making it, in a shaker, and then we'll have some of the ice that may dilute a little bit, and maybe take some of that cinnamon away.
Maybe it will be enough.
I took out my droplet and I put a couple drops of cool water in mine.
People have sent you eyedroppers to add a little bit of water, and you still don't use it.
I see them every week in my studio, and I mean to grab them, and for some reason, I'm just your typical blue-collar Joe who's aging a little bit, and sometimes I'm a little bit forgetful.
Why do you just write yourself a note?
Write myself a note?
Yes.
This is 1972?
Those people didn't forget their droppers.
Well, that's fair. All right, I'm going in.
He's going in. He's added a little bit of water to see if that will change the complexion and complexity of the bourbon right there. Fingers Malloy.
For me.
For you.
It brought out a little bit more of the oak, took away a little bit of that rye spice. See, I was getting a little bit more of the rye than you were.
Yeah, I was not getting that in the slightest.
It's taken
Hirsch
that away.
they say that it's a higher rye.
Yeah, I was picking that up on my palate. That's gone away. The vanilla is still there. But none of these notes really hit you. Everything's subtle. And for me, I would rather have the vanilla. I would rather have the oak.
Right.
Not that I don't like rye, but I would like a little less rye. So this actually plays pretty well for me, but I would like a little bit more oak and a little bit more vanilla.
Is this in your liquor cabinet? Now, I got to go through 3 prices with you.
Okay.
They say that the MSRP on this is $40.
Okay.
At $40, is this in your liquor cabinet?
Yes.
I have seen it on the shelves for $35.
Yes.
I got this for $24.99.
Oh, my goodness. I would have a couple of bottles of this in my liquor cabinet, not just for me, but when I have guests over, this plays for the table. Now, like you said, would it be something that a hardcore bourbon drinker is going to say, "Oh my, this is the juice right here"? Probably not.
Probably not.
But for the entire table, everyone could enjoy. Absolutely.
$24.99 all day, not a question. Absolutely not. Easy, enjoyable. Definitely something to talk about. Definitely some flavors to engage. Hirsch, Hirsch. And by the way, at $40, I can see it. $35, I psychologically like, okay, yeah, I give this a go. $24.99, undoubtedly, this is the gift giving. Hey, try this.
And I'm wondering, as we move further and further into 2026, if we're going to see more bargains like this in the bourbon market.
Because people have juice and it's not selling because there's not as much bourbon?
Yeah.
Maybe. But it's time, Fingers Malloy, for News of the Week.
Tony, let's stick to the theme of things don't taste quite like they used to. The story comes from People magazine.
Oh, well, that's where I go for all my what do things taste like news.
Brad Reese, the grandson of candy maker H.B. Reese, the gent who created Reese's peanut butter cups.
So it is pronounced Reese's.
I was going to say Tony calls it Reese's. In a letter posted on LinkedIn, claimed that Reese's identity is being rewritten by replacing milk chocolate and peanut butter with compound coatings and peanut butter style creams. He's saying that Hershey Company is not making Reese's peanut butter cups like they used to. Hershey Company responded to people saying, we're making them the same way we always have. So my question to you is, now I know you're not a huge Reese's peanut butter cup guy. Like,
what are you even talking about?
I feel like whenever we talk about Reese's peanut butter cups, it's always oh, wow, you know what? Reese's peanut butter cups are good, but have you tried the Reese's Easter egg or the Reese's Christmas tree?
I want the basics. I don't want any of the other crap. The Reese's peanut butter cup is fantastic.
Do you feel like it has changed over time?
I don't know. And what I think has to happen is that the people at Hershey, which owns Reese's, they need to invite us right now to Hershey, Pennsylvania. So we, Fingers Malloy and I at Eat, Drink, Smoke and Eat, Drink, Smoke Show, can investigate on behalf of Eat, Drink, Smoke Nation to ensure that the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is living up to its name and has maintained the proper standards.
What I like about you is that you're willing to sacrifice for Eat, Drink, Smoke Nation.
I am. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because I love.
Would you say that your life's mission is to live, laugh, and love?
No, it is to make sure that the scoundrel corporatists are not destroying the youths of America by making a subpar peanut butter chocolate product.
I agree with you, comrade, 100%. And having said that, what we need to do is... Well, I heard, what did you say? What?
Corporatists.
Corporatists. I will say this. At the very least, if we can't make it to the Hershey's factory, next week we need a bucket of Reese's peanut butter cups right in the middle of the table, and we'll just keep consuming them throughout the show.
For the record, we have time to make it to the factory. We will make that. We'll drive ourselves. We have the time. We have the know-how. We have the insulin. We can do this. Eat, Drink, Smoke, everybody. Glad you're here. 2 gold medals. The women's hockey team, the men's hockey team, both in overtime, both against Canada. Very cool. Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That's America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. And I will tell you, when the Olympics started a couple weeks back, I didn't even know it was starting. I didn't know where the fanfare was. There was, we would watch the opening ceremonies, right? And it was always this cool thing. I didn't hear anybody talking about it. Now, maybe it's because I don't watch any more broadcast television in that way. It's changed how we see things and how we do things. But then you started watching some of the curling stuff and some of the crazy things. I happen to dig curling as a sport. I think that thing can be nationwide. I think people will watch it because they can see themselves playing the sport. You could see, like, these aren't like what you see on a basketball court or on a football field. You could do this. You could figure out the angles. It's a little bit of pool. It's a little bit of shuffleboard. It's a little bit of, what did you call it?
It's cornhole on ice.
Awesome. People could do this. And I think that people will watch because some of the shots were unbelievable in how they're figuring out the angles and moving the other team's stones out of the way. It was very, very, very cool. But the hockey stuff, where you have these 2 insane overtime wins, you have the U.S. defeating Canada because, well, it's Canada and it's hockey and it's their sport, and then you have all the political stuff that's taking place with tariffs and other angers. The former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, the current Prime Minister Mark Carney, and of course America's like, we beat the Canadians, and just how they did it, and these teams and they're cheering, they're singing God Bless America, or they're singing the national anthem when the gold medals are given, and the guys are just going absolutely nuts. And so people were posting about it left and right, and then people who are just these constant trolls on social media are like, oh, sure, now you're hopping on the bandwagon. You mean the bandwagon of seeing America win a gold medal? Yes, I'm totally hopping on that bandwagon. People get angry about everything. They can't even celebrate America winning. Can't be like, hey, glad everyone's celebrating this thing. Good on them. Very cool. Ain't that fun?
Anyone who's been alive for any period of time who has watched the Olympics realizes that the Olympics is one giant bandwagon.
The whole thing.
It's ridiculous to make a statement like that. Being from Michigan, hockey is a big deal in Michigan. When I lived up there, I never missed a regular season Red Wings game when it was on TV. And I argue in all of sports, there is nothing more exciting than overtime playoff hockey. For both of these games to end in overtime, one shot, boom, and it's over. It's just so incredible to watch.
And if you didn't see the women's overtime win, I'm forgetting her name right now. Would you look it up? Would you look it up, please? I want to make sure she gets the credit. That move, the centering of the puck to herself to be able to take that shot is an absolute work of art. It's the only way it's better if she had done it behind her back. Like, it was
Megan Keller.
Unbelievable. That move, the one-on-one, and then being able to take the shot. With the men, it was being able to get the break and keep control of it, and then being able to cross the ice there to be able to set up that final shot. Fantastic. For the men, is the first time they have won gold since the Miracle on Ice. Since 1980. And for those of you playing the home game, that was 9,000 years ago. 46 years ago. And there were guys from the 80 team. Michael Ruzioni is the name we all know, but there was a whole team there. We're there. Crazy cool. But people are like, are somehow they want to be angry about this thing. I'm only stunned that the Olympics didn't get more fanfare to begin with. And then the first thing we heard as the Olympics started were these skiers and some others are like, yeah, America's got some real problems. And they started getting political. You can have different politics than me. You can disagree with things, but this is the Olympics. If you're not interested in celebrating your country or at least supporting your country, don't ask for our support. And don't be stunned that when you see these women singing the national anthem and the crowd is singing the national anthem, when you see these guys, these men, how much they love the country and so thrilled to be able to do it for the country, that a lot of people are like, awesome, that's great, that's all we could ever ask for, good on you.
Well, for the longest time, it was a tradition, whether it was sports or politics, all those debates about what's happening in the country at the particular time.
To the side.
Yeah, in the country, it was okay to have those debates. But once you left the country and you went overseas, you put all that aside because you're representing the United States. The story of the guy who got the game-winning goal for the Americans in men's hockey, Jack Hughes, the fact that he did that while he had one tooth knocked out and another one chipped, and there's a photo circulating of him smiling and seeing his mouth jacked up.
Right.
And he continued to play. That's just the toughness of hockey players coming through right there in one photo.
And then there's in the follow-up, there's the story of Alyssa Liu and Eileen Gu. So Eileen Gu is an American who decided that she was going to compete. This is the second time she's done this for China. She competes under the Chinese flag, and she won a gold medal. And she's a skiing halfpipe, I believe it is. And she's very good. But she's an American. She's competing for China. And it's like, well, don't ask me to cheer for you. And she's taken, criticism for this. And she said she feels like a punching bag. You feel like a punching bag that's filled with Chinese cash. Millions of dollars have been given to her for doing this. And don't be surprised when people are like, well, we think that's pretty ugly. Alyssa Liu, who won the gold medal in figure skating, which is the crazy story. She was like a national champion when she was 13, and she stopped. For 4 years, she didn't do any competitions at all. And then she said, I want to come back. 4 years break, and you think you're going to come back? Now, she's only 18. It's an unbelievable story. It's a remarkable story. And yes, a couple things had to happen with some of the other skaters for her to be in this position, but she still did the thing. And she's extraordinarily graceful. If you saw her gold medal routine, it really is something else.
Yeah, I want to go back to something you said earlier because I think it's really important. How people don't consume content anymore in the traditional way of broadcast television.
Right.
I'm so divorced from all this because I have cut the cord and I don't come home every night and turn on what's on ABC, CBS, NBC.
Right.
I could not even tell you right now as we're speaking where the Olympics was.
It was in your backyard. If you had just opened up your windows.
That's why all those people were there.
Milan Cortina in Italy. You've seen pictures. It looks like a boot. But don't be surprised. But the point is, like, Alyssa Liu wins. We're like, congratulations. And her father was a dissident from Tiananmen Square. Came to America. The Chinese were trying to pressure him and everything else. It's an amazing story. We do attract ourselves to those stories. We do gravitate them. We cheer these people. And yet you have people who are like, oh, you're only cheering because of this. And oh, you're only on a bandwagon. God, people are miserable.
Welcome to the Olympics. I mean, go back to the 1980 Miracle on Ice.
Right.
That was nothing but bandwagon jumping. People weren't paying attention to U.S. amateur hockey back in 1980 on a grand scale, but then magic happened and they went on this magical run and they beat the Soviets. People were jumping on the bandwagon. That's what the Olympics is.
I jumped on the Defiance beef bandwagon, right? 21-day age steaks and ground beef delivered directly to your door from the Indiana farm directly to you. DefianceBeef.com is where you get your steaks, guys. Use promo code EATDRINKSMOKE, get $150 off your order. Jacob, the whole family, they're going to do you so well. The steaks are incredible. Cut to your specifications. Order a whole cow, half cow, quarter cow. They also have some other really great deals. DefianceBeef.com. Use promo code EATDRINKSMOKE and get $150 off your order of a quarter, half, or full cow. I love Defiance Beef. Great people. The food is, the beef is incredible. And I'm telling you, you'll never have a better burger in your whole life. DefianceBeef.com. Use promo code EATDRINKSMOKE. And try it with a little bit of this Hirsch bourbon right here. The Horizon. $24.99. I found it on sale, but for $34.99, most definitely. And this Crux Marblehead cigar, $8. Oh, deals abound, everybody. More coming up in the weeks ahead. Get the podcast. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke.
Follow Eat, Drink, Smoke on social media, on Twitter at Go Eat, Drink, Smoke, on Facebook, facebook.com/Eat, Drink, Smoke, and Instagram at Eat, Drink, Smoke Podcast. And it was good on a rock, but you wouldn't call it a Miracle on Ice.
You said the thing.
Hey, you made it all the way through to the end of this video. We're proud of you.
You should watch more of our videos. Make sure you subscribe right there to Eat, Drink, Smoke, wherever it is you get your videos, on YouTube, on Rumble, and don't forget Instagram, Eat, Drink, Smoke Podcast, where we've got the shorts and some very cool things going on.